Hi guys, just Gary Siv back with another anti-post selection for the Cheltenham 2020 festival. Um, I'm running out now. This is going to be the last one I put up of the races that are left. What I'm going to do after this is I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the budget that's left with making up a couple of maybe doubles or trebles or lucky 15s or something like that. And I'll come back with a final video using the money up on them, but those will be a combination of horses already picked. In that video I will also put up give you like all the bets back that have gone up in case anybody's missed them. So we'll have them all on one video. I'll give you like what prices we've put stuff up at, if any of them prices have changed, and yeah, we'll use the money up like that. And the reason for that is that I have done the race that I've done today, and I've been skipping through the other races, starting to have a brief look, and they're just too much of a minefield for me. I'm not going to force some selections. They are there's nothing in there that I really fancy, so I'm going to leave the rest of the races alone. But this final one today is in the Albert Bartlett. The Albert Bartlett at the minute is has got Time Hill as a favourite. Now you all know I put Time Hill up for the Ballymore, so I'm going to stick to my guns that Time Hill will go to the Ballymore. But if he was to turn up here, as much as I fancy him for the Ballymore, just based on the stats that I'm going to give you now, he wouldn't really 100% appeal to me. Those stats are: the Albert Bartlett is a 3-miler for 4-year-olds and above. We get £7 for mares and fillies, £10 for 4-year-olds. 10 out of 12 have been aged 6 or 7. 2 out of 12 favourites have won, and only 3 out of 12 have been in the top 3 of the betting. This is generally won by something at a really big price or a really good price. That's one of the reasons I will be leaving Time Hill alone in this. You look back over recent years, and the winners have been 50 to 1, 33 to 1, 16s, 11s, 14s, and 33s. Big prices. Nothing at the top of the market seems to win this. 5 out of 12 won on the last race before Cheltenham, so obviously 7 out of 12 never, so it doesn't have to necessarily mean that you've come into this off the back of a win. 5 out of 12 had previously won at Cheltenham, so course form is not absolutely essential on this one. 10 out of 12 have won over 3 mile previously. I'm finding that one quite hard to follow up on this year. The selections I ended up narrowing it down to, I narrowed it down to 3, and I don't think either of them have won over 3 mile, which can be a concern, but that's where we are with it. Ratings wise, 9 out of 12 has been rated 139 and above, and that tends to have been recently. We've had a 2 143 winners, a 152 and a 140. Right onto the selections. So we have got Time Hill at the top of the market on this one, and I say it again, his horse I fancy for the Ballymore. I fancy him over 2.5 mile. I don't really fancy him in this. I don't think he'll be here. I don't think he'll turn up for this. Like I say, I do believe he'll go for the Ballymore. So let's keep our fingers crossed he goes there. Then the few, I'm not going to go through them all, but the ones at the top of the betting have obviously got dual entries. What's going to turn up here when we're not 100% sure. The Big Breakaway's got an entry in here. If he turned up here, it'd be a danger, but I don't think he will. So I ended up right down, mainly because, like I say, it throws up bigger priced winners. So I thought, right, let's try and find some value here, and I ended up, having looked through them all, I've come across 3, and 3 that I hope will turn up for this race. They might not, so we'll see. And the first one of them was Willie Mullins's A1. lovely horse that's been running well. Has only been beaten once, and was beaten by Joseph O'Brien's Home by the Lee. Was beaten 4.5 lengths when conceding £3, which was at Fairy House at the turn of the year on New Year's Day. So take the £3 into consideration. We're only a length and a half away. So A1, I believe, will be up there in this race. They are set. A1 is set to run this weekend, I believe. No, he's not set to run this weekend. Sorry. So Willie Mullins is always going to have at least a few selections in each of these races, and I believe that this one will end up in here. Nice when you watch the races back. Good jumper, good stayer. He's only ran over 2.5 miles so far. You can see he went to the front to make the running, and because it was over 2.5 miles, knew he would have the stamina if he is a 3-miler in the making. Is entered in the Ballymore as well as here, and could possibly turn up there. Again, it's you're playing a bit of a guessing game with it, and I wasn't 100% convinced he'd turn up here, but I think he will, just due to Willie Mullins' selections in each of the races. But even if he does, I won't be taking him on. The other one I fell down on was Colin Tizard's Lieutenant Rocco. Now, he is... I seem to have deleted all my pages for some reason. I'm just trying to find out how old he is. I can't remember if he's a youngster or not. He's a 5-year-old, yeah, so he's a year younger than the standard. Like I say, 6 or 7-year-olds generally win this. But he's a 5-year-old. He has run over 3 mile in his point to point, so he will definitely come here, I think. Very, very, very confident, which is one of the reasons I was going to put him up. When you've got a horse you're almost certain is going to go to a race, it's a good start. And being best priced at, I think, 33s at the minute, you can't really... No, you can even get 40s with bet 365. So I was drawn to that one, and he got into my last two when I narrowed it down, but he narrowly missed out for me. So I wouldn't put anyone off backing Lieutenant Rocco, though it is a wide open race, but I have fallen on a different selection, and that selection is a horse that I have already mentioned in the video, and that is Joseph O'Brien's Home by the Lee. He again doesn't necessarily fit the bill in all the stats that we are going to come up with, because he's a 5-year-old, but I fancy his chances. He is, if you include his flat racing, he is 3 from 4. He came out on his debut over hurdles and was 1.5 lengths second to Tiger Tap Tap. A decent horse to be second to, and then went to Fairy House at the turn of the year and beat the well thought of A1 of Willie Mullins's. Beat a couple of others in there as well. The favourite that day, that fell the favourite that day, that was Column of Fire for Gordon Elliott. But yeah, I like this horse. I think he's out to run this weekend. He is set to run at the Dublin Racing Festival, I believe, and he's going to come up against Yeah, he's set to run in the 2 mile 6. So they are stepping him up in trip a bit, which makes me think they'll send him here. Can't remember if he holds entries in Ballymore and whatever, probably will do. But I'm hoping he's going to turn up here. It's not going to be a massive bet for me. Is a couple of them that are in the Ballymore and the Albert Bartlett entries. He's up against them this weekend in the novice hurdle race at Leopardstown. So we're keeping a close eye on that, because if he does well, obviously he'll come in on price for all the entries that he's got. He's got Robbie Power jocked up on him for the first time, which is always good. You know, a great booking of one of the best jockeys around, and fingers crossed that this horse can run well at the weekend. I'll get my bet on now before that race is over. So if you're gonna have a little dabble, I would recommend doing that before this race comes at the weekend, because you know, if they do tend to run well, these odds that you're getting today, and this goes for obviously a lot of the, I don't need to tell you all this, but a lot of the horses that you're looking at for all of the races at the festival, if you really fancy them, you know, you need to get on, because a lot of horses run this weekend. And even if your horse doesn't run, then you know, your horse's odds might change if something close to it runs really bad. You know, it might bring your horse in on value. I'm just looking. I don't think Home by the Lee does have an entry in the Ballymore, so we're probably fairly confident that he's going to turn up in the Albert Bartlett, and he is currently best priced at Home by the Lee is, we're scrolling down, so that's good, which means he's further down the pile. 40s, you can get 40s with quite a few bookies. Ladbrokes, yeah, and then a Bet Hard and a couple of the lesser known bookies. Paddy Power offering 40s there. And then you've probably got your non-runner no bets. I wouldn't put anybody off backing non-runner no bet. I know Paddy Power offering a non-runner no bet. If they're offering non-runner no bet at 40s, snap their hands off. But I will be putting £10 each way of my remaining budget. Like I say, be back tomorrow with what I've spoke about earlier on in the video, and hopefully we can put together a couple of doubles, trebles, lucky 15s, and get some more value. Good luck for anyone backing this, and good luck for anyone backing at the weekend at the Dublin Racing Festival. I hope it's profitable for you all. Speak to you soon.